Well, we just saw Shatner's World, which was I guess it's a one-night only event where they, like a Fathom Events show where they broadcast this video. It wasn't a live event. It was a pre-recorded one-man show that William Shatner wrote and performed. And the way this show works normally is we talk a little bit about the movie and tell you whether you should go see it or not, and then kind of give you a cutoff that you can go see it and not get into spoilers or anything like that. But this is kind of a unique one in that you can't go see this movie. It's not going to, play in your theater or anything like that. But you'll probably be able to catch it on home video at some point in the near future. Yeah. It looked like it was shot by a Canadian company. They filmed it up in Hamilton, Ontario, which is kind of a strange place to...
Yeah. I thought it was New York or something.
Oh, yeah. No, he made a couple of jokes about Hamilton, and then it said at the end that it was in Hamilton, which Hamilton's like this little... It's a tiny, tiny little town just north of Detroit, I think. I know I drove through there on the way to Montreal last time I drove up there, but that's a lot of really unimportant stuff. Did we like it? Yes, we liked it. It was an interesting show. He talked about his life, about growing up, about doing Star Trek and doing movies and things like that. There was lots of humor in it. There was lots of kind of, heartwarming moments in it. And for an 82, 83-year-old guy to do a show like that was pretty impressive. Yeah. What'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was going to be mostly a kind of a Shatner ego trip just all the way through, and there are definitely moments of that, but he seems like a guy that's just genuinely interested in life, and he's just like it reminded me of, I think the Bono from U2 said once that, like when someone's an artist, there's no, dividing line between them being a kid and being an adult. It's just their whole life is lived with this childlike wonder about life, and Shatner reminds me of that. Yeah. He's just really interested in all these things in life, and he wants to share it, which I found kind of it was cool,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's in his early 80s, and he's just got this childlike sense of wonder about life, which I thought's amazing. I hope I'm like that at that point.
Yeah. One of the moments that I really liked from it was, so you sometimes get this kind of feeling from him that he takes himself really seriously. Like, you get the feeling that he's sort of unhappy about his legacy and unhappy about, the way people joke at his expense and do impressions of him and things like that. Yeah. And there's a scene in there, which I'd seen before. I can't remember the name of the show, but there's a show where they get all of the Star Trek captains together.
The Captains, I think it was called.
And they all get together and talk, and they have different interviews and conversations and stuff like that. And they show a clip from that where...
the one with Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart says, if I die today, I'll be most remembered as Captain Picard.
Yeah.
They won't remember me for any of the Shakespeare stuff I did, any of the stuff that I would have thought I would have been known for. Mm-hmm. That won't matter. Everybody will know me as Picard. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And Shatner is sitting next to him, and he says, "You've just given me..."
Yeah, he has this epiphany about that, huh?
This gift that, you know what, I feel the same way. It's okay for me to be always known as Kirk.
Yeah. Come to peace with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because there is a lot of references to Kirk, and you'd think that a thing like this, he'd be trying to steer clear of that, but no, he's just embracing it, which is for any normal person, that's what we do know him the most as, so he's just embracing it.
Well, I mean, and he went through that phase, there's those, there's that, clip of him on Saturday Night Live, making fun of the Trekkies. Mm-hmm. He hosted Saturday Night Live, I think, in the early 70s, and he's...
Oh, the Get a Life type thing.
Get a life, that sort of thing, and, but I think that's come around, full circle, and he's really embraced that part of himself.
Now he just appreciates the attention.
Yeah, and of course you should, that's... I mean, I'm not an actor, and I'm not Captain Kirk, I'm not, William Shatner, but, even if I was just known for something that I did for 2 or 3 years, but people really loved it, that's...
Yeah.
That's okay.
I can
It's
imagine,
the right
like,
thing.
a lot of actors get typecast and stereotyped, and so that can be very frustrating in their career, but, like, when it's an iconic thing like that, it's like, well, I guess just roll with it, right?
Yeah, and I think, age plays a factor in that too. Like, he's not out for the same parts that he was when Star Trek went off the air.
Yeah.
He's not going to be cast as the leading man in
And in all fairness, he's
show.
done other things. Like Denny Crane was an amazing character, I
Yeah.
thought. And, he's done different things. So I guess he's just come to peace with that.
Absolutely.
So some of the anecdotal life stuff was really interesting.
Yeah.
Just like this whole... And I think I have heard this before, but his way of talking like this was like through his whole run during the theater where it would get more attention that way. It was funnier, and it would grab people's attention more, and he just learned to kind of do that from the theater stuff, I guess.
Yeah, he explains that he did it because he was in a serious show that was a complete disaster, and there was no way for them to stop the show. There was no way for them to cancel the run. So he turned it into a comedy by just over-pronunciating everything and over-investing in everything that he said.
And getting that instant feedback from the audience, so you could see what was working and what was...
But also being like, there's like this level of intensity to what he says. Like he seems angry.
Yes.
And you can't stop paying attention to him. He told the actors in the show, sit down. And somebody that was getting up to leave sat down in the chair. It was like, oh, maybe I'm onto something here. So
Shatner talk.
It was cool, like seeing him kind of deconstruct his own career and talk about stuff that he thought was interesting, and talking about his connection to the NASA program. That stuff was really cool. So if you get a chance to see it, if it comes out on Netflix or DVD, something like that, definitely give it a check out. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
See you next time.